Hey, this is Jack Downs with a brief video for people who missed class today, Friday, September 15th. I did go to the daily schedule, of course, and you should be reviewing this regularly if you're not in class, or all the time anyway. And I went to today, 15th, and I noted that, you can do this yourself, that it says there's a quiz next class. I reminded people it had been in the schedule, and I had sent an email earlier. It's important that you prepare for the quiz. You may use an index card as usual. Hopefully you have an extra one if you weren't in class. You can pick one up on my office door otherwise if you wish, or get your own index card. And that what's on the quiz? Well, it's right here, really. It's right here. The overview of digital audio production. Remember that presentation? Maybe you don't. Okay, right here in Brightspace. Go to the presentations folder and you'll see that PDF of that presentation. In particular, in that PDF, you want to know the amount of computer space it takes to the different file types and the amount of space they take up per amount of time recording. Let's just take a quick look at that, I guess. Why not? All right, let's go back to the table of contents, and we will go to handouts and presentations, and over here we will go to not the resources but the presentations, and it is overview of digital audio production. Here it is. So just to remind you, in this presentation, know the file types, what they are, know how much space we take up doing these doing a WAV or an MP3 recording, know kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, and how you relate one to another, and then be able to answer questions not unlike this question down here at the bottom about space and so on. Also, if we go back, I should have left it up actually. Oh, by the way, also here and actually in the handouts folder is the using your voice handout, which you should definitely look at again. You probably have a copy of it already, though. That's fine. Let's go back here and we'll go back to the daily schedule. Daily schedule for the 15th. Okay. And the using your voice handout in particular, you should know about what is a plosive, what is a sibilant, what is a vocal fry. And then there's the general Zoom operations, which was from your homework assignment about the Zoom manual, and then the tutorial we had in class. You should know basically where those features are and what they do. The ones from the handout in particular, from the assignment in particular. What else should you know? Oh, oh yes, of course, there's the reading. And in the reading, we should go back to Aim for the Heart, Chapter 1, right? Which is in what is the difference between fact-telling and storytelling? That would be, for example, something you need to know, and the rest of these too, of course. And, for instance, what are Alice 5 motivators from Chapter 4? You definitely should know that. And also in Chapter 5, how about the ing verbs, the gerunds? All right, and what are passive and active sentences? You should be able to tell the difference between them. So you definitely want to know those things from the reading. What else? Oh, and back in Chapter 1, I think it was the idea of Chapter 1. No, sort of a sound bite. That would be good. Continuing Chapter 4, Chapter 5. Someplace in there is the idea of speaking the way you write or writing the way you speak. You know that. Here it is. Actually, it's Chapter 3 from sound reporting. Should we speak the way we write or write the way we speak? Okay. And so what else should you know? You should know, as I said, oh yeah, the mic settings for the Zoom and when you should use in which situation. And that's about it. So there you go. That's for the quiz. So hopefully you've got that done. All right. The other thing I want to say in this email is a link to a video of me doing an exercise and the assignment for the exercise. The exercise is called Processing Effects. This exercise is important because you will learn the skills that you're going to use in editing your PSA. So this is the skills you're going to use when you edit your PSA. You're going to do all these steps that I list in the video and on the assignment for this, and then you're actually going to do some other stuff just for fun afterwards, and include some wild stuff, making stuff sound weird. Now, in particular, when you're working on your PSA, though, of course, you're only going to do stuff that makes it sound better, and you're not going to do any steps that make it sound worse, right? So you always try things and then listen to it. Try things and then listen to it. But the idea of repairing a file, well, first of all, the idea of actually recording so well you don't have to repair a file would be good. Or you have a bad file, try to repair it. And then how do you enhance it? How do you do what we call sweetening the voice, making it sound better? The video is of I believe, a slightly earlier version of Audacity, but everything should be the same, except for one thing. But this actually isn't because of the version. It's just because of a setting. When I go in the video and I look under Effect, all these things here, all these effect choices are in one big list, not separated into these categories. Okay. I don't know with your own installations of Audacity which way it turned out. There is a setting change. If anybody wants to know, I can show you where you can find it. But just know that all the effects are the same. It's just you're going to have to look under a category to find them. And when you look at my screen in the video, I'll have like just one giant long list here of all of them without categories. But the ones we're going to use are in this program also. Okay, so that is due Monday. Remember, Ward Hall is not open on the weekend, so I hope you have your own copy of Audacity and or use the lab in Feinberg. Let me know if there are any questions or problems.